Totally forgot I was gonna pull up to interact. I was about to say, wait, Amusement Miles. Yeah. Yes, I am at my sister's house and my brother-in-law's house in Syracuse, New York. Go Cuse. Yeah, so I was going to use my sister's studio because they have a nice like music studio and do like a little like flip of the camera and be like woo, and then today I found out they do not have a camera, so I was like, oh, okay, well, yeah. It's like you might accidentally hear us a second time just because I'm pulling the video up. All right. Yep. I muted it, but there was going to be a second where you could hear it. Look, it's been long enough. It's less than double, which is not what. Yikes. But it's on the right track. Absolutely. Can't hear you. I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. Wait, but they can hear you. Or like they can hear me, not you. Let me pull up the stream. Yeah, actually, yeah. I turned the music on the stream. You have no sound. Oh, hey there. So, for those at home, Kevin's trying to figure out why I'm the only one being heard on stream. I can hear him through Discord, so I've been listening to him talk about GPU prices. But yeah. Okay, let me just pop to it real quick. So, Google is getting the ban hammer on it. So, Google is facing a new antitrust lawsuit from how many places? Over 36 states. So on Wednesday, a coalition of state attorneys general launched a new antitrust lawsuit against Google, accusing the search giant of abusing its control of the Android App Store. The lawsuit, filed by 36 states and Washington, D.C. in California federal court, challenges Google's policy forcing Google Play app developers to pay a 30% commission fee on sales made through the app. Jesus Christ. That's highway robbery. They actually, it was less, but Google had recently expanded the fees to cover more digital goods purchased on the Play Store, taking particular aim at a number of prominent apps that had previously been able to sidestep the tax. I am at my sister's house. Jeez. Yeah, so Google, they're not being great, and people are finally calling them out on their bullshit. And honestly, good for the 36 states. We gotta topple these monopolies, bro. How's it looking, Kevin? All right. Well, in that case, I'm gonna. Where's my other tab? There it is. While you're doing that, I might as well get some of my anime stuff out of the way because I know what I'm talking about.
Ooh, hello? Oh, I think that did it. Hello? How's it now? How's it now? I think I got it.
Are we there now?
I think I got it. How is it looking over there, chat? I'm digging this music, by the way. God bless the copyright free music.
Thank you, Amanda. It is a swanky new shirt. We just got it
today. It is quite a swanky new shirt. I would like one myself, please.
I really like it. I love the majority black, and then down the sleeves.
Oh, it looks like I can be heard now. Okay.
Actually, it was less. Down the sleeves, we got the rest of the crew members. It's really nice. I really like minimal shirts.
I think I got it.
Minimalistic, rather.
Yeah, it looks like I can be heard fine. Okay.
Sweet. Welcome back to the land of the
heard
opinions.
Land of the free press. So essentially, I blew through the entire first topic without being heard, but that's all right. I'll give a crash course, the Cliff Notes version, real quick. Basically, GPUs are going back to MSRP in Germany. They're a lot lower prices than what they were. They hit a 6-month low, and Chinese cryptocurrency miners are selling their cards on the used market. And what that means for the US of A, we're not sure, but it looks like prices are starting to equalize, but you shouldn't expect pricing for graphics cards to get better until at least 2022. And that's basically the first topic. That is what I was blathering on about when I was unable to be heard.
To me.
To you. Which was nice. It was, ignorance is bliss. It was nice that I didn't know anything was wrong. But thank you, Amanda, for pointing that out to me. What's next? Audacity is spyware. Actually, if Amanda, do you use Audacity? I'm curious. If anybody in chat uses Audacity, let me know, because this is actually.
Stop! Don't use it.
No, it's okay. Thank you for saying something. I would have kept talking to no one, if that was the case. So thank you.
It would have been me nodding exactly like this for an hour and 23 minutes.
Thank you so much for bringing that up to me. But if you use Audacity, I actually feel I'm taking this a little personally because I've used Audacity a lot in the past, and I'm so glad that I haven't used it in such a long time because it looks like the newest. Yeah, you're too pro for that shit. Yeah, good for you because it looks like users of Audacity and like diehards of the program might finally be leaving it because Audacity is basically being labeled as spyware since the newest Audacity 3.0 update looks like it's going to be selling recorded audio clips and data that is collected by the platform. So if you use Audacity, it might be time to find another program, another platform to record stuff on because I would not feel comfortable.
Zuckerberg. Get out while the going's cold.
I would not feel comfortable using Audacity these days. Hold on, let me pull up what it's actually saying. Audacity claims that it's things that are being collected are the operating system and version of the user and the user's country based on their IP address, non-fatal error codes and messages, crash reports, and the CPU in use. This is supposedly collected for legal enforcement, and they swear and insist that this is data necessary for law enforcement to have. And you know, I'm not gonna speculate on that, but I would get off Audacity if you're not already on it. George, I would get off Audacity. I would really not stay on that too much longer. Find another program. Find a buddy who uses Pro Tools or something like that. Honestly, Audacity is going the way of WhatsApp and Telegram. So yeah, find a better one of those. Do you want to do the next one?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
No, I don't think I will.
No, I don't think I will. Okay. So
you're mainly tech stuff.
Yeah,
I'm mainly. I got through one of the tech topics.
Oh, you could do this one. It says everything you need to know. So essentially, the next topic is a huge ransomware attack has targeted about 200 U.S. businesses and 1,000 businesses globally. This is coming from Huntress Labs, saying the hack targeted a Florida-based that is Huntress Labs, a Florida-based IT company, spreading the ransomware attack through corporate networks that it uses in its software.
Jesus.
And it looks like this is another Russian-based ransomware attack.
Ooh,
so things might be heating up on the old cybersecurity U.S. Front in the future. So I don't know. I'm getting worried. It seems like we're seeing more and more cyber attacks happening these days, and this is actually going into that like whole new Windows 11 requirement, the whole TPM module 2.0 thing. So basically, TPM stands for Trusted Platform Module, and people are really upset that it's a minimum requirement to run Windows 11. But basically, what it ensures is it encrypts your data on a at least hardware level instead of a software level.
Okay.
So anything that you're storing on, say, drives or your actual computer, and not like in the cloud, in theory, it's protected. In theory.
I don't like how you said in theory.
Well, anything can be hacked. I don't care if it says unhackable on it. Anything can be hacked. It's just a matter of time until somebody does it. But for now, TPM 2.0 seems to be like the way to go for Windows 11. And I'm glad that, unpopular opinion, I'm glad that Microsoft actually implemented it as a requirement. So there's that. You can do the next one. It's not too complicated.
Oh, is this the...
This is new.
I wanted to do the other graphics card one.
Oh, okay, yeah, you can do that one. So,
yeah.
So We have a new graphics card.
About graphics cards.
We have a new graphics card model launching. The first one is an AMD RX 6600 XT, AMD's biggest budget graphics card of the next generation. It appears to be launching in August, supposedly on August 31st. So we'll see what happens there. It is supposedly launching for $399. Will you be able to get it for that price? All I'm gonna say is it's nice to have dreams. So we'll see what happens with that, and I'm sure we'll be seeing reviews of that too. I won't be reviewing it because odds are I won't be able to get my hands on one. In other quick-fire tech bits, Windows 11 blue screens of death are no longer blue. They are now black. So there's that. Also, Jeff Bezos is no longer the CEO of Amazon, but he still...
Oh, did that officially happen?
Yeah, it officially happened, but it doesn't really change anything. He still has most of the power in the company.
Yeah.
So
he's the primary stockholder.
It's essentially like a formality thing that's been happening. Also, Biden has ordered the Federal Trade Commission to draft new rules regarding right to repair. So we'll see what happens with that. It looks like the right to repair scene is heating up in America. All right, take it away with this other thing.
So, on other graphics card news, MSI launches a Supreme Godzilla GeForce RTX 3070. It is RTX 3070 LHR Supreme SE model from the existing MSI lineup. Custom version with some additional bundles such as a VGA support bracket and a large mouse pad with Godzilla on it. The backplate looks so freaking
Hold on,
cool.
let me show it to chat. I think I can show it. Hold on,
Oh yeah.
Like, even if you're not like a big like a computer parts person, like you're gonna be like, you should be impressed by this.
Even if you don't, like, because I barely know computer parts still. And Kevin has been just spoon-feeding me information for months. But this graphics card looks awesome.
Hold on. Let me just... wrong tab. There we go.
There are currently no plans, or it is unclear if MSI has plans to sell this model outside of Japan, a market for which this card has clearly been marketed for. I'm looking. Has it already launched? Because it doesn't have a launch date, so I'm assuming that it's already out.
Yeah, it looks like it's equaled. It has a price apparently. I didn't even see that part. Supposedly, it costs about 117,386 Japanese yen.
Which is about a grand.
Which is about 1,060 US dollars in freedom dollars. So there's that. I heard somebody call it freedom dollars, and I'm just like, that's a cool way to say it.
Yeah, like, that's cheeky.
That's
cheeky, Mr. Stranger.
And I told you without even seeing it, I was like, it's probably gonna cost at least double what a usual 3070 costs.
Yeah, but are people still gonna buy it? Hell yeah, they are.
I know if I had the money, I would definitely be buying it, but I care more about performance than aesthetics. But
Speaking of things that people are going to buy, even though they probably don't need to buy it, just because it's new and shiny. In our first topic of gaming news, Nintendo has announced a new model of the Switch OLED model. And what are your thoughts?
Don't give Nintendo your money. That's all you need to know.
I know the white with black trim design looks so good.
And here's the thing, Jared. They knew it would work on, and you were the target market. People that like white themed tech. Yeah, you and me were.
I'm even though I'm like, don't get it.
Even though it has bare minimum basic quality of life improvements to it, based on the Switch you already own, they know that you're tempted by it.
Okay, so here's what I have to say. A couple of my friends have like day one Switches, which have the original battery that hasn't been upgraded, and I totally understand that. And also, they play more in handheld mode rather than docked.
Hold on, I'm
So
gonna pull up a picture of the new Switch.
I totally understand wanting to upgrade from a launch day Switch to this, because it runs exactly the same as like the current Switch in docked. There's no difference. There like next to no difference. All of the difference.
No, in dock there literally is no difference.
All of the difference is the bigger handheld screen and the better handheld screen, and the new kickstand for when you're in handheld mode. And so
that's what this is what it looks like.
If your preference is more so playing the Switch in handheld mode, or like out of dock rather, because there's so many different ways you can play it in handheld mode, I might as well just call it out of dock. But if that's your preference, it's not a bad idea. But for me, who only like almost exclusively plays it in the dock, it's not really worth it.
Well, here's the thing. Even for people like myself, like you are a bit of an outlier, like because I've read like in a recent like Nintendo survey, I think only about 1 in 5 Switch owners, like actual Switch owners, like not Switch Lite, I mean like dockable Switch owners, only about 1 in 5 play mostly in dock mode. Like the majority of the rest of them play mostly in handheld mode.
Okay.
Because they just like having a portable console, and I think that's part of the that's basically the company Nintendo is. They're still.
Don't get me wrong, I play it in handheld sometimes, but I like console controller onto the TV screen type of thing.
Right. It's just like I like the ease of access to it. I like the portability of it, and like there are key differences between playing in docked and playing in like handheld mode. Like if you're playing in handheld mode, obviously it's locked to 720p maximum, which is like it's rough depending on the game these days. Like it's still HD, don't get me wrong. Like it still looks impressive, but like depending on the game, like it can drop. That's the maximum resolution. Like 720p is as good as it's gonna get, and for certain games, like I think Xenoblade Chronicles, like it can drop to as low as 360p. Which is rough for 2021. It's really rough for 2021.
That's real bad.
But docked, you get at least full HD. You get 1080p at 30 frames, possibly 60 frames in certain instances, which is fairly standard, I would say, these days for a console.
That's like what you that's like based on what you want. You have to strive to get like the 120p.
But you have to
FPS rather. Not 120p.
The basic improvements between the vanilla Switch and this is the OLED model has like it has double the internal storage, 64 gigs instead of 32. It has a 7-inch OLED screen instead of a 6.2 LED screen. And it has a wired Ethernet port on the back, and it has a wide kickstand on the back.
Yeah, that table kickstand looks really nice.
And it comes in white. Those are the only differences. But
I will say, like base Switch, that kickstand is garbo.
Oh, it's a little piddly thing. Do you know?
Every time I use it, I feel like I'm about to just snap it off.
Are you running? Are you running like a? Do you have I think what is it called? Micro SD card in your Switch, or are you just rocking the base storage?
I think I'm just rocking the base storage because I just haven't.
Wow.
I don't have that many games on it.
And most of the games you have, like they're the actual cartridges. They're not like downloadable from the eShop, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I like when I was in the beginning days of my Switch ownership, I did download a bunch of games from the eShop. Like I think I own like Breath of the Wild digitally, which like if you buy that digitally, that's a beefy game. That's like half your Switch. That's like half your Switch right there.
I'm glad I have Breath of the Wild as cartridge.
So I actually am running a 256 gig micro SD inside my Switch. So I have a beefy amount of storage, and even that's almost taken all the way up.
Yeah.
But the reason I brought that up is, like, because I wanted to know, did you know, like, under the piddly little kickstand, that's where the micro SD slot is?
No.
Like, it's under that little thing. Like, you have to look under there and, like, squint for it.
God.
But yeah, that's where that is. But yeah, George, no performance changes. It's the same Switch. Which, I guess my main gripe with Nintendo doing this is, like, I can't really be mad at them because they did not, like, it's for a reasonable price in my opinion. It's only $49 more than the base Switch, which is, like, considering the improvements they did, like, yeah, like, it's got a slightly larger screen, it's got a better quality screen, and it's got a wider kickstand and an Ethernet port. I guess that's worth $49. I guess. My main gripe with them is that, in general, Nintendo is a company that is extremely slow to innovate. And I think that comes from their mentality of, like, we're not competing with anybody.
Yeah, no, it's like they shoot for affordability first. In my opinion, like, but like, no, that's not a bad thing. They want it to be affordable first, and then they will build on it. I can see, like, what you're saying from that, like, perspective. I see how it's like they are slow to innovate.
No, it's like it's not. It depends on what you're talking about in terms of affordability. In terms of their, like, hardware, yes, they do try to make it very available to the typical user. In terms of software, like games they put out, they're very stingy with those. One, they hate emulators, which, I mean, is not unique to Nintendo. Like, a lot of companies don't like you
but they're
emulating stuff.
It's not unique to Nintendo, but they are a different breed about it.
And like we
talked about that last
whereas like we're used to playing, like, on PC now a lot, so we're used to seeing, like, Steam sales or even, like, PlayStation Store sales all the time. And Nintendo, I can't remember the last time I saw, like, a game, like, even Super Mario Odyssey, like, a game that's, like, 4 years old at this point, is still going for $60. Which is insane to me. Like, their first-party games, it's like, I don't understand their mentality of, like, we demand full price even after all these years. I guess it like shows, though, because people still buy them. People still buy these games at full price all these years later.
You guys, good. We're happy you're listening while driving. Don't watch while driving. Hans, make sure your headphones don't come out in lab, or else you'll get in trouble.
Yes, we're gonna keep this PG, but even then, err on the side of caution. But yeah, that's my biggest gripe with Nintendo. Like, they refuse to innovate because the biggest complaint of people is they were expecting 4K in docked mode, right? And to be honest, so was I. Like, yeah, it's got a better quality screen, at least in handheld mode, because, like, that's where the majority of users play. So I guess it's not gonna matter in the long run, really. But it's 2021. Like, you should at least be able to make your mainline console that you're competing with other, like, big companies like Sony and Microsoft with. I really think they should have pushed for a 4K mode, because when did 4K video come out? When did it?
I have no clue.
When did it first become commercially available? The first 4K UHD TV was in 2012.
Oh, wow.
It's been almost 10 years since 4K video was available. And still Nintendo has not, like, gotten to there yet. They are still 720p even was available back in 2004. Mainstream. Nintendo is almost 20 years in the past in terms of, like, hardware capabilities. So, and, like, there's other
But,
signs.
but affordability.
There's there
That doesn't hold up at that point.
there's
No.
there's other signs that their hardware is really starting to show its age, and the Switch is only 4 years old at this point. I mean, like, a big example that I thought of was Guardians of the Galaxy, the new game coming out.
Oh.
I don't know if you know this, Jared, but Guardians of the Galaxy, it's coming out on Switch, right? But not natively. You can only play it through the cloud, which means you have to use Nintendo's servers because the hardware on the Switch cannot support it because the game is too demanding.
What?
The Nintendo Switch cannot run Guardians of the Galaxy. Not natively.
So it's going to be a Nintendo Online thing?
Yeah, I don't know if you're gonna require a Nintendo Online membership to do it, because, like, that seems like that would be pretty, like, ham-fisted of them to try to do, to make you pay for that.
That would be an awful move on their part.
George says, but motion controls though.
Oh, don't get me started.
If you want motion controls, just get a Quest 2. It's the same price as a Switch.
I woke up this morning and I did my morning exercise. I played Beat Saber a couple of rounds.
Oh, it's so good. But yeah, that's my main gripe with Nintendo, and people are gonna buy it anyway, even though they've been complaining about it. I've even been looking at it and going like, it does look clean.
Yeah, no, yeah, see, exactly. We've said all of this. We threw all this shade, and both of us are sitting here still like, we know ourselves, so we're just sitting here like, oh, it does look pretty cool, though.
It's just Nintendo's arrogance for me. It's like their attitude that, like, oh yeah, we don't need to compete with 4K capable 60 frames a second ray tracing consoles.
Because we have Mayro Golf, and everyone's like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, like, other consoles have, like, Miles
Game.
Morales and, like, Starfield coming out at 4K 60 frames a second, but, like, we've got new Pokemon Snap. So,
and we're just eating it up like groceries.
I'm just so tired of it. Anyway, moving on. Do you want to do the next one? I talked for a bit on the other one.
I mean, we also talked a bit about it. Battlefield 2042 is announced that it is multiplayer only, and it is still on release. It will still be a full price next gen game at $70. This better be the greatest multiplayer FPS I've ever played. My DualSense, it better grow a mouth and just slob on me knob, or else this is not worth.
Oh, you can't play this on PlayStation. You gotta play this on PC, because at least if you buy it through Steam, if you don't like it, you can refund it within 2 hours.
I don't want to get sucked off by my keyboard. I'd rather the DualSense because it sounds gentler.
Gentle? What do you mean by that? What is that? Are you saying
Sense.
what? Oh, sense.
Sensation.
Oh,
I'm
sense.
just going off of the words DualSense and keyboard. Which one do you want fellatio from?
This is getting into a whole other topic, so, like, I don't know. Battlefield 2042 is one of my most anticipated releases of the year, but, like, $70 is a lot for a multiplayer only game. I'm still gonna get it. It's not gonna stop me from getting it.
And, like, I'll play it at your place before I decide if I want to get it. I'm a little more hesitant. I really love the concept of fully destructive areas.
The trailers, the trailers that they've shown off and the gameplay that they've shown us so far, it does make me believe that this is going to be the best Battlefield multiplayer yet. Like, this is going.
Oh no, they look fantastic.
Like, it looks.
That's why I want to just, at one sitting at your place, I want to see the actual game in action, because if it holds up to the trailers, there's no contender.
Like, the reason that I don't really play a lot of Call of Duty anymore. Like, I played Cold War for a bit. I never finished it. I played
the last one I ever played was Black Ops 2.
I'm one of those weird people that usually buys Call of Duty games for the campaign. because I just love the campaign and Call of Duty modes usually.
Oh yeah, they're so great.
But yeah, the last
Funny story on that. Why I played through the Black Ops 2 campaign when I had first got it, and then I was like, "Oh boy, time to play multiplayer." I went 0-17. My teammates were calling me trash. I cried and didn't play the game for like 3 months.
we've all
And that's the tea on my first Black Ops 2 multiplayer game.
we've all been there. It's still burned into your memory. You still remember it to this day.
Dude, yeah, no, I will never forget that day.
But the reason that like I'm not really a big Call of Duty person anymore, I think the last time I was like super into a Call of Duty game was it wasn't Black Ops 2. Like even then I was starting to fizzle out on it. I think the last time I was like super into a Call of Duty game was Modern Warfare 3. Which was
All right.
I think that was, if I'm correct, that was the one right before 2.
I think so.
That sounds about right. But even like I haven't been
either that or they released around the same time.
I haven't been a big Call of Duty fan in a long time. And part of the reason is because like all the games just start to, it's like Pokemon. It's the same problem with that. All the games start to look the same after a while. But something like Battlefield 2042, if you haven't watched the trailer, go watch it if you're into first-person shooters. Something like Battlefield 2042 that looks to change up the game in a big way. Like 128 player matches.
Massive.
Like, can you imagine? I'm just so excited for that, and like it's also the freedom to do like as many things as you can do.
That could be 128 in a match. That could be like 4 teams of 32, which is still bigger than a TD match.
Or imagine
imagine
the chaos that would ensue if it's possible. I don't know if it is. Imagine if it's possible for 128 players in a free-for-all match. Essentially a battle royale. That's essentially a battle royale.
That's just a battle royale.
I pitched you a battle royale. That's what I just did.
Did we just come up with battle royale?
I think we did. Let's go to Epic Games and see where they're going with that. But yeah, I'm excited for Battlefield 2042. Is it worth $70? We'll have to wait and see on that.
We're hoping.
Do you want to hit the next one real quick? I don't have much to say about it.
I was gonna say, yeah, just quick. Silent Hill developers are working on a new horror game. Is it gonna be Silent Hill? We don't know. It would be cool if it was, because we miss it. We want to see more. We want to see more foggy spooks.
I want to see more spooks too. I don't know. Ever since the PT Silent Hill thing got canceled, since the whole PT drama and dilemma, everyone's kind of just been waiting for something else. There's like PS4s that have it downloaded that haven't deleted it that are still selling on eBay.
Oh, absolutely.
For like $2,000, just because like that teaser is like a collector's item now.
Yeah, it was like selling an iPhone with Flappy Bird on it. It was like a piece of history in your hands. Like
a Silent Hill game that Hideo Kojima like was working on with Norman Reedus. Like that sounds like a dream, and it ended up being one. So it's a shame.
So we've all seen it maybe once in our lives. I know I saw it in like passing at some GameStop at some strip mall when I was a child, but no one talks about those portable screens that clip onto the back of your GameCube with a VC adapter so you could play games.
I feel like we're like the old men now that are talking about like how much like a stick of gum used to cost.
Yeah, no.
So, when I was a kid, you had this little screen for your GameCube that you would clip onto the back of it.
Shut up, fuck you. No, I'm just saying that like it's like you see it like once and you're like, huh, that's weird, but you never really bring it up. But now is the time to like be like, it's coming back, because the Xbox Series S is now, there was a Kickstarter to make it's a portable screen to connect to the back of the Series S, right? Not the Series X?
Series S, so the smaller one.
Yeah. So the digital edition of the Series X.
The thing is, called the X Screen. It was funded on Kickstarter and met its goal within 20 minutes of
20
going live. Just because.
And it just, I saw that and I was like, and that's where the memory of that GameCube screen came back, and I was like, huh, some things never change.
Hold on, I gotta show a picture of that. Hold on, chat. Give me a second, because this thing is amazing. I didn't really want an Xbox until I saw this thing, and I was like, you know what? This might be the move.
This makes it worth it. That's so cool. It's so nifty.
Because imagine that, like, you're in like a Starbucks or something, you find a power outlet, and like in the middle of nowhere, you're playing like console games. Like, yeah. Sure, you could bring your Switch, but again, like from things we've gotten into, it's like it is 720p, so it is what it is. I keep showing the wrong tab.
Oh god.
Oh god.
What tab are you showing?
I just showed the dock.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no. Hold on.
Let's see. While you're doing that, I'll go over this one. Apex Legends is being hacked by hackers who are frustrated with Titanfall hackers. I'll read that article title again. Apex Legends is being hacked by hackers who are frustrated with Titanfall hackers.
Doesn't seem fair.
That sounds
this
like
is the X screen in here.
Thing I have heard this year.
This is the X screen, chat. It does play games. You can see Fortnite running on it. It has LED indicator lights, and it does work. It clips right onto the back of the Series S, and it fits in, and it's so small it fits in a bag. So
that's so awesome.
That might be worth looking into more, especially if you're an Xbox person.
As reported by Kotaku, certain Apex Legends players on PC are noticing hacked in-game playlists and notifications that features text that is both complaining about the hacking situation in Titanfall and advertising SaveTitanfall.com, a website that is claiming EA and Respawn, the company behind both these games, is not doing enough to keep 2014's Titanfall safe from attacks. So, okay, so I had seen like articles, article heads about this, but I haven't really read into it. So, the situation in 2014's Titanfall is apparently not good, and now people are taking to hacking their new and prosperous baby to get their attention to fix their other IPs.
What it seems like to me is it's not Respawn's fault. It's like getting the attention of EA, because all Respawn can do essentially is follow EA's orders. So whatever EA deems fit, then Respawn has the ability to actually do something about. Because when you're owned by a big publisher like EA or like Activision or whoever, you're really at the mercy of them because they hold most of the power. Like even a lot of the times we've seen, like especially with EA, they control, like they have a big say in the creative decisions of the game too. Which is why games like Mass Effect Andromeda tank so hard. But you know, hopefully this will get the attention of EA and Respawn. So we'll see what happens with that. I've even seen people saying that you should, if you currently have Apex Legends installed, you should uninstall it right away.
Well, no. So, update on July 3rd. As of 7:16 p.m., Respawn has confirmed that matchmaking in Apex Legends has been restored, and a fix has been put in place to stop the hacked playlists. Furthermore, it has determined that this attack, while disruptive, has not put players' personal information or accounts at risk.
What was the date on that again?
July 3rd.
July 3rd. Okay, so this is over a week old.
Yeah, so everything seems to be in order now, but this was just a crazy, bubble that swelled and burst in, a couple days' time.
Oh.
That's absolutely
everything's
crazy.
getting hacked,
Well,
dude. I feel less and less safe every day.
Yep.
Next, co-founder of Rockstar Games, Dan Houser, has founded a new game studio. This is the guy who actually worked on the original Grand Theft Auto, like the first one.
Oh,
and
snap.
and was well, he's worked on like all of them, but he's the founder of Rockstar Games. They were responsible for like great hits like GTA 5, Red Dead Redemption, and the sequel to Red Dead Redemption. So, I'm excited to see what comes of this. Hopefully, we'll get like some cool new games. So maybe like a Bully 2, for people who are hoping for a Bully sequel. I'm sure that Rockstar still holds the copyright to that, so unlikely that we'll see that.
So I don't know why, but I saw a little bit of it today. But I'm happy we both wanted to bring this up on the talk. Minecraft is now rated R in Korea. What? What part of the game? I mean, I guess it's like cartoon violence, but I hate how this article starts off. Minecraft is now rated R in South Korea. Microsoft is looking into a solution. Steve's been a very naughty boy.
Oh.
Okay. Original story. The bizarre restriction comes down to the country's Cinderella law, which pulls the plug on any child or teen hoping to play games with their mates into the early hours of the morning. The law has been in place since 2011 and means anyone under the age of 16 is prohibited from playing online video games between midnight and 6 a.m.
It's actually there's a similar law in place in China. Except it's actually worse. It's anyone under the age of 18, and instead of midnight, you have to stop playing games at 10 p.m. So it's actually worse. And I think your people under the age of 18 are limited to 60 minutes of gaming a day during the week, and then 180 minutes a day during the weekend. So that's an hour during the week, a day, and then that's 3 hours max. 3 hours max a day on the weekend. And they do that just to limit, I guess, exposure of minors to games. I'm not sure why. But yeah, it's a thing, and it sucks. Kids should be allowed to play games.
Yeah, so this is an update. A Microsoft spokesperson has responded to PC Gamers' request for comment, saying, "We are proceeding with the global migration of Mojang accounts to Microsoft accounts for Minecraft Java Edition, including for our players in South Korea. We're working on a longer-term solution for existing and new players under the age of 19 in South Korea, and we'll have more to share on this later this year." So we're not going to have an update for a while on whether anything's going to be different. It sounds like that's going to stay R-rated in South Korea. But, yeah, that is absolutely wild.
All right, looks like we're going to get an influx of South Koreans playing either Stardew Valley or Fortnite. So we have that to look forward to.
Gotta be careful though. They have to be careful, because if there's too much of an influx at one time, boom, Stardew Valley is R-rated in South Korea.
Imagine. Oh, you're killing fish because you fish. R rating. And last big gamery topic of the day. It's sort of gaming related, but not really. WitcherCon is going on today. The first stream was at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but if you missed it, don't worry, there is a second stream happening at 9 p.m. tonight. So be sure to catch that if you want to catch all things Witcher. There's going to be people who worked on the Witcher game series. There's going to be people from the Witcher Netflix series there, including the cast and crew. There's going to be live streams of the Witcher card game, and there's going to be a bunch of panels with a bunch of various people involved in Witcher properties, including a special ending spotlight conversation with Henry Cavill, the White Wolf himself from the Netflix series.
What a beauty!
I am hoping to catch that myself because I just love anything Henry Cavill these days.
Yeah, we got it. We're gonna speed this up just so you don't miss as much as you miss as little as possible. for
Oh,
the rest of the day.
the stream's already over.
Oh no, I'm saying, but like for the stream later this night.
Oh,
Or other stuff that's happening throughout the day.
That's at 9 p.m., dude. We're not going to 9 p.m. What are you, crazy?
You know I'm crazy. I know I'm crazy.
And we did this sort of thing in the last episode of the show.
But it's gonna be a little different.
Asked
last week. It was like, what are we watching right now? We can still talk about that, but this time around, we're gonna be saying what to watch, like what's come out this week for movies, TV shows, and games. So,
bit slow on the movie front this week. All we got is a movie called Fear Street Part 2, 1978, which is a Netflix film that's releasing. And
I've never heard of Fear Street.
Never heard of Fear Street. It's supposedly like a horror series that Netflix is starting. I don't know. I have a hard time keeping up with most of Netflix's originals. So if you're interested, if you like Netflix originals, go check it out. If you're a fan of horror, go check it out. The reviews I've seen of it it's decent. So if you're in the mood for a new decent horror film, maybe check out Fear Street.
Ratings for horror content, especially like movies and shows, it's very skewed. Like if it's rated decent, it's gonna be pretty good.
It's been getting like 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10, so it's like it's all right.
That's good. That's really good for horror content.
And obviously the big one that I'm going to see myself this weekend is Black Widow.
Black Widow, baby.
Black Widow. I was hoping to get one of those collectible popcorn tins that they gave out during Wonder Woman 1984, but it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get one.
Oh, damn.
Either because they sold out right away or because they just aren't doing them. So that's what we have for movies this week. We also have We the People Season 1 on Netflix coming out. The Beast Must Die Season 1 on AMC+.
I'm really excited for these. Monsters at Work Season 1. Continuation past Monsters, Inc. with the Laugh Factory. A monster shows up, didn't know that they changed from scaring to laugh. So it's a monster who showed up expecting to scare people for work and found out that he just signed up for a comedy club. I'm really excited to see it.
I mean, that is on Disney Plus right now, I believe. So go watch it. Next, we have a Gossip Girl reboot. You can probably tell by the look of me and Jared that we don't keep up with Gossip Girl. This was news to me that this was even happening. But if you're a fan of the Gossip Girl show, this might be worth looking at.
The Gossip Girl show.
It seems like we're getting more and more reboots and revivals every day. Another thing that's happening is the Patrick Star Show is coming to Nickelodeon exclusively. It's a spin-off of SpongeBob SquarePants, so we'll see what happens with that. I know it seems like long overdue, actually, Patrick getting his own show. So
here's the thing. Do you think it's gonna be exclusively new characters? Because I know they're introducing new characters. But do you think SpongeBob or Squidward is going to be in the show?
If they value their ratings, yes.
See, I don't know. I feel like they're going to be like, let's adventure.
Patrick,
let's be daring.
If Patrick is such a large part of SpongeBob SquarePants, I have a hard time believing that SpongeBob would not be in Patrick's show. At least a little bit, like more than like a few times a season, you know.
I would be okay with SpongeBob showing up like once an episode type of thing. Him being essentially them trading places, like essentially him being the Patrick of this show.
I don't know. I'll give it a look, see if it's up to snuff. But
I'm gonna watch like 2 episodes
we'll
or
see.
something. I'll have a few beers and see if it gets me giggling.
The Bad Batch episode 11 is out on Disney Plus, and
this next one I have already.
Oh wait,
watched.
one more thing. Loki episode 5 has also come out this past week.
This next one I have already watched. I watched it yesterday.
Did you watch the whole thing?
Yeah, it's 4 episodes. Pretty short. Resident Evil: Infinite Darkness. I don't know. Like it says season one. We have season one written down here. I don't know if it's going to be a multi-season thing. I feel like it's just like a limited series for a story. It was. I'd give it like a 7 out of 5. It was super cool to see Leon.
A 7 out of 5?
7 out of 5, or no, 7 out of 10.
I was
wow.
like, wow, it was that good?
Yeah, no, sorry, 7 out of 10.
That sounds like better than Resident Evil 4.
I love Leon.
I know you love Leon.
I mean, 7 out of 10. It's all right.
They do have plans for further seasons as well.
Okay, that's cool. So it might be like an anthology of stories, which would be super cool.
This was apparently a very high budget show on Netflix.
And you can see it. But like some other times I was like, oh, because even like with like animation, sometimes you're just like, oh, okay.
That's a weird design choice. And this is supposedly not even the only Resident Evil property that Netflix is looking to make. So we'll see what.
Yeah, no, there is a live action Resident Evil series.
We'll see what comes up with that.
Which is, I believe it covers the story of Resident Evil 1, which will be really cool. Unpopular opinion in the Resident Evil fandom. I am very excited to see Lance Reddick as Albert Wesker. I think he's got an awesome voice for the role, and I think he will kill it.
You excited to see him with cat eyes?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, 99% of the time, we're going to see him with those slick black shades.
I just want the time to die Chris line. That's all I want from him.
See, but that's Resident Evil 5.
I know that's Resident Evil. But, season. Like, if they're planning multiple seasons, then, like, potentially we could get there. All right, next we got... and lastly, we got games coming out this week. We got The Silver Case coming out on Switch. Ender Lilies Quietus of the Nights coming out on PS4 and PS5. Do you want to say that? I don't know how to say that next one. YS. Yes.
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 No, I think that's 9.
Yes. Yeah, that is the Roman numeral for 9.
Y's 9 or something.
YS9 Monstrum Nox for PC and Stadia is out.
Oh, is Plague Tale Innocence like it's like free games of the month for Xbox and PS5?
PS Plus, yes. I believe it's been on Game Pass for a while.
Ah, okay.
But it is finally coming.
I just bought a Plague Tale Innocence on Steam sale, so I've got it forever.
Oh, okay. I played it. It's not worth keeping forever in my opinion, but it's all right. It's got a new Game Plus mode, so like it's a good game. It's a good game. I recommend it. I'm excited for the sequel. That's out for PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and Switch. We also have Watch Dogs Legion Bloodline DLC, which is out for PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox Series X and S. Also something called Arcade Geddon. Seems like supposed to be like an arcade style emulator sort of thing.
It sounds pretty fun.
That is out exclusively for PS5. You read a couple off.
We got Boomerang X for PC and Switch. Sam and Max. This time it's virtual on the Oculus Quest 2. Ooh, okay, I'll have to look into that. Crash Drive 3, PC, PS4 and 5, Switch and Android.
It's a mobile game as well.
What?
Crash Drive 3 is on mobile as well. If it's any,
yeah,
not saying that like mobile games are like typically worse than like games that are not made for mobile, but like anyone who's played mobile games know.
Yeah. Sniper Elite VR for PC VR, PlayStation VR, and Oculus Quest 2. You got Black Skylands for PC, and Monster Hunter 2 Stories Wings of Ruin for PC and Switch.
I'm actually pretty excited about that.
That is everything to look out for, to watch or play this week. And just as a last two little things, going forward, I'll do this before the what to play and watch segment.
You added this to the doc late, that's why.
Yeah, it happens. I didn't mean to say negative Nancy, but I'm a lazy moron.
You didn't even say negative Nancy.
Yeah, no.
I didn't mean to say it in my head.
I heard myself say it in my head, so I was like, I didn't mean that to you and the audience, even though I'm the only one who heard it. So, in anime news, Crunchyroll market research came out, and only 6% of Gen Z don't know what anime is. So, the newer generations, they really are doing stuff right. All the shit we give them, they're doing it right.
At least as far as you and other weebs are concerned.
Yes, exactly. And also, there wasn't a whole lot of news about upcoming series, except for the big one. It's been just over a year and a half since season 1 ended, but boys, we got a confirmation that Vinland Saga season 2 is in production. Ooh! I'm not 100% sure. I will get back to you guys next week if and when I find out if it's still Viz Media. But I do know for sure that it's by the same director, and the director works with Viz Media. I just couldn't see a definite yes.
As far as I know, it is still Viz Media.
Yeah, as far as I know, yes, but they've done everything but openly confirm it. So, I don't know.
Oh, one more thing I wanted to touch on. I should have touched on this earlier, but I forgot about it. A reason for that Nintendo. This is again, the whole Switch no LED thing was a big misstep on Nintendo's part, because anyone who knows Valve, which is of course the owners of Steam, which is of course the owners of Steam, and the makers of like Half-Life and Left 4 Dead and that sort of thing. Those sort of games. They've also done Portal and TF2. They are supposedly working on a portable PC gaming device, sort of like a Switch, that can run PC games on mobile. And if this is the case, Nintendo is in for the fight of their life, because this I can tell when this thing comes out. If it comes out, because we know Valve's track record with like things like the Steam Link and the Steam controller are not like the best. But in terms of like certain hardware things, they have sort of like one-shot wonders, like the whole Steam VR thing. Steam VR, for those of you who have it, you know it's amazing. You know there's like even the Quest 2. Like in my opinion, Steam VR is vastly superior to the Quest 2. Which many people consider to be the best VR gaming headset out there. So like, Valve can do great things when making like gaming hardware. So I'm excited to see.
Absolutely, I'm really excited because I'm sure the Switch OLED looks nice. But if Valve's come, what did you say Valve was going to be calling this, or like what pending title?
Leaked name is supposedly the Steam Pal.
Oh, so yeah, if this Steam Pal.
Codename Neptune.
Oh. Like if it's like this has the potential to shake the whole market.
And it looks like they're optimizing games to run on this platform as well. It looks like it will be utilizing Linux rather than Windows, but Linux is getting more and more games supported under it. So it's looking more and more like a Windows gaming environment, at least.
Gotcha.
But I like if Valve releases this and it's to the same degree as the Switch was in terms of marketing, Nintendo is in for the fight of their life. Because imagine playing this is all speculation. Imagine playing ray trace games on a mobile console.
Absolute insanity.
That would be a Switch killer. There would be very little reason to buy a Switch.
I did not play it up as much as I should have, but that's why I said it will shake the market, because that is next.
Because think about it, you have access to your entire Steam library, and games are frequently going on sale. Like, you just play the games that you would on PC on mobile. What reason would you have, like, other than Nintendo exclusives? What reason would you have to get a Switch?
If it's good. That's right, finally. Yeah,
Other than Nintendo exclusives, what reason would you have you for getting a Switch?
exactly. And I had been looking away from chat for a while, but there's so much good stuff here. What's wrong with mass slaughter of cows for Minecraft becoming R-rated? Absolutely. Patrick has a shirt now. Nothing is sacred. What's next? Hat trick?
Patrick, what?
No. What's next? Hat trick.
Hat trick
with a hat on. Hat trick.
That's gonna be Dad trick. That's gonna be Dad Patrick.
Will it go better than Planet Sheen?
You know, that's a good point.
I can only hope it doesn't, because Planet Sheen was the epoch of Nickelodeon daytime cartoons.
Wait,
like
did you just say Planet Sheen?
Yeah, Planet Sheen was incredible, guys. Right?
It was good in its own right, but like, are you like, oh, you're being sarcastic? Okay.
Yeah, I'm being sarcastic.
Oh, okay.
It was fun, but
I couldn't tell if you were being serious or not, and I was starting to get worried.
It's called being an actor.
Yeah, we'll see if it ends up being another Planet Sheen situation, but or even a new Adventure Time. Do you know HBO Max has a new Adventure Time?
Yep, I do.
It's not as good.
Well, it's not for kids.
Yeah, it's fair. Maybe that's why it's not as good. Leave the adult stuff to things like Rick and Morty. And
Rick and Morty, hey, Rick and Morty's been killing it with this new season from all of the responses I've seen online.
And with that, I think we are all done for this episode of Amusement Mile.
I have to go tend to my hand that I just crushed.
Yeah,
under the desk.
you go do that, bud. But thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you.
Thank you so much to be here.
We'll see
you guys to be here, guys.
Jared will be back in his usual setup next week.
I'll be back home in Connecticut next Friday. My usual setup. You won't see me moving around like this.
We'll see you guys next week on the same channel, same time. So thank you guys so much for watching, and bye-bye.